Marriage is a union of hearts and hopes. But when the harmony fails, what does the law say next? Welcome to another exciting and thought-provoking episode of Bar Unleashed, where the law meets the society. I am your host, Orishanike Arogundade, and today we will be delving into a matter that affects human relationships, marriages and divorces. Today's topic is one that touches the very core of human relationships, navigating marriage and divorce. Marriage, as we know, is a beautiful institution, but when it begins to shake or fall apart, the legal, emotional, and social implications can be quite complex. We will be exploring questions like, what are the differences between being separated and being legally divorced? What are the distinctions between marriage under the Act, customary marriage, and Islamic marriage? And how does one go about dissolving a marriage under all these systems? Joining me on this episode is a friend, a legal powerhouse, a family law expert that will help us to unravel all the bamboozles surrounding marriages and divorce. Can you please introduce yourself to our audience?
Thank you, Nike. My name is Onyekachi Oyeni Nana. I'm the managing partner of Onyekachi Oyeni and Partners. We've been established since 2014. We specialize in family matters, probate matters, estate, custody, child advocacy, marital settlement disputes, and much more. I'm glad to be on this show.
All right, delving straight into the matter. Can you help our listeners understand, legally speaking, what constitutes a valid marriage in Nigeria?
Now, a valid marriage in Nigeria requires for the parties to be of marriageable age.
Okay.
They must have capacity to marry.
Okay.
Consent of the parents. Marriage to non-natives. That means affinity. There should be no affinity relationship between the parties.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yes, there should be no affinity.
Okay, like maybe incense marriage or something.
Incense marriage,
Okay, okay.
getting married to a brother or an
sister,
uncle or a
okay.
sister or of half blood.
Okay, okay.
So that's basically what it is. But if you look at it holistically, this marriage cuts across different types.
Yes, yes.
So it depends on the marriage the party intends to contract or to celebrate.
Right.
So that would determine what constitutes the validity of that marriage.
Oh, so that will lead us right into the next question. Like, what are the different types of marriages that we have? Can you help our viewers understand the different types of marriages we have so that we will know, okay, if we know the different types of marriages we have, then we now know what now constitutes a valid marriage in Nigeria. You understand? Thank you.
In law in Nigeria, we have three kinds of marriages.
Okay.
We have the customary marriage.
Okay.
We have the marriage under the Act. Then we have the Islamic marriage.
Okay.
So these are the recognized marriages we have in Nigeria.
So, all right. How do we now separate or know these different types of marriages? We know that, okay, for one to be of marriageable age, I think you have to be 18 years. 18 years
Yes,
and above.
18 years.
And earlier you said something about for the person needs to be of the capacity earlier. Like I think capacity means that when the person needs to be mentally okay and all that. Then you made mention about the age.
Marriageable age.
Marriageable age. So I feel it's 18 years under the Act. Or please help us expatiate better on this.
So when we talk about the marriageable age,
Okay.
if you want to contract, like the person wants to contract a marriage under the Act, you must come within the Act, which is
Yes.
the 18 years.
18 years, yes.
But if you're getting married under the customary law or under the Islamic law, there's a marriageable age there.
Okay.
You can see that in the North, someone can get married to a 9-year-old child.
Yes.
Someone
it
can get
happens.
married to a 13-year-old child
Yes.
and not be criminally liable
Liable,
for defilement or raping.
Yes.
Do you understand me?
Yes,
So each region has their marriageable age.
Yes.
Now, for the customary law, a female child of 14, 15 can get married, provided that physically she is matured. That's under the custom.
Wow. Is that also applicable to maybe any Eastern? I know of the North, and actually feel this only applies to just the northern part. Does it actually apply to other parts? Like,
Wait, that's what I'm saying.
Oh,
That's why
really?
each part, like each states, have their marriageable age
whoa.
under the custom.
Please, can you give us an example of another, aside the North?
I think Abia State is like 15.
Wow. Okay, that's the Eastern part.
That's the eastern part. That's the eastern part. There's an eastern part where once the child is 15, she can get married, provided she's fully developed.
Oh.
You know, in the olden days, some parents use their kids as a bait or as a debt repayment.
Okay.
So those children or the female child must be fully developed before going into such marriages.
Oh, okay.
So when you are marrying under the custom and native, what applies there is the custom and native of that particular region.
Yes.
So if the marriageable age there is 15, 16, it must always be within puberty.
Okay, okay.
The female child must have matured.
That's just the only sign.
That's the only once you're fully
physically
mature. Exactly.
You're physically you showed sign
Yes.
of being fully
Yes.
matured as a woman. You're good to go.
You're good to go.
Wow, irrespective of the age.
Irrespective of the not of the age. Remember, I said they have a marriageable age
Okay,
of
okay.
each state and region.
Wow, wow. Okay, that's quite interesting. That's quite interesting. All right. So for couples who have done both, you know, some people will do traditional marriage, they also still do court wedding. So if they now do both, which one becomes binding in the eyes of the law? Is it that both becomes binding, or is it that one supersedes the other?
So if a party celebrates a marriage under the custom,
Okay.
now proceeds later to celebrate a marriage under the act,
Okay.
that's the registry.
Yes.
The registry suffices.
Okay, so it supersedes,
It supersedes
every
the
other.
custom.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
it supersedes the custom.
Okay.
But if you just have just the customary marriage under your native law, the custom supersedes.
Oh,
So the custom prevails.
Okay, okay. That's interesting.
Yes.
All right, so now to the very, very common point of confusion, the difference between being separated and being divorced. Because you see some people, they're not together, they're like, oh, I'm separated, I'm divorced. What is actually the difference between being separated and being divorced?
Okay, thank you. You know, we have to look at it from the formal and informal part. The informal part is where parties that are married now tell themselves that, please, we need to go our separate ways. Let's give ourselves time
Okay.
to see if we can come back. That's the
Okay.
informal separation.
Okay.
Now, there's a judicial separation whereby you go to court, you get an order that pending is a temporary separation.
Okay.
That pending this period, parties need to be apart to see if they want to continue with this marriage or they want to terminate it. That's dissolve it.
Okay.
That's the judicial separation. Now, the divorce is when the party brings up a petition for dissolution of marriage filed in court.
Okay.
That's the divorce.
Okay, that one, there's no, we're not even looking at any
They're
option
not
of coming back
they're
together.
not looking at any
Like,
option of
we are
coming back.
done.
Although the law still catches up to them.
Yes.
Even after
okay.
filing that, the law gives them room for conferencing. That's during the proceedings. The law gives them room for reconciliation,
Okay.
first between their counsels and themselves.
Okay.
Then the law still gives them room for reconciliation in the courtroom. There will be a conferencing,
Oh, okay.
provided if they are children. But after that, the law now dissolves them by giving them, you know, after the trial, the proceedings in court, where they give their evidence in court. After that, the court now gives them a judgment called the order nisi.
Okay.
That's just the judgment. Now, some people end at that without proceeding to get the divorce certificate.
Okay.
There's a divorce certificate, and that comes after 3 months of that judgment.
Oh, okay.
So some people, once they get that judgment or the nisi, they think they have broken up.
They just feel that's the final.
They think that's the final.
step.
No,
Wow.
that's not the final.
Okay.
The Lord still gives them room 3 months for reconciliation or new development, as the judge would say. The parties are at liberty to inform the court of any new development within that 3 months. And if there's no development, the court issues them a divorce certificate, and that ends the marriage.
Wow. That's interesting. So if you just go to court now, you got divorced, and you got your judgment now. That doesn't automatically mean that, oh, I'm automatically divorced.
No.
Wow. So I still have to wait till after 3 months.
Yes, after 3 months.
The divorce to now, for that judgment to now become absolute, before it now becomes like, oh, really? I am
provided there's no reconciliation. Because there's this funny story that occurred, that there was a divorce.
Okay.
That they got a judgment.
Okay.
And the man later went back and impregnated the woman within the 3 months.
Wow.
So the whole essence of coming to court was just defeated. Parties reconciled. No, the truth is that it's not the intention of the law to break parties.
Of course.
It is not the intention of the law to break parties. But when the law sees that there's no more love, what exists is cruelty, the law breaks them up.
Wow.
So you can't force someone to love someone.
You can't even force two people to be together.
Thank you. You can't force adults. Wow. So that's why the law still gives you room 3 months to see if there's any development, positive one, whereby your counsel will come back to court and inform the court on that, and take it up from there and issue you a divorce certificate. Until you get that certificate, that is when you can actually say, I'm a divorcee, or I'm divorced.
Wow, interesting.
That's when you use that word.
That's when you can use that word.
Yes, that's when you can use that word.
Wow, interesting. All right. So that leads me to the next question: that can someone that is only separated, not divorced now, they're just separated, can they remarry under any circumstance? And if they do, what are the legal implications of doing that?
Okay, thank you. So, I said something about separation. There's the informal one.
Yes.
There's the judicial separation.
Okay, let's say people, like as Nigerians now, we do. Let's just say like it's informal, or
yes, the informal
they
separation.
are not actually separated from the court now.
Yes.
Both parties we've seen cases that both parties the marriage didn't work out. Everybody just go their own ways. So they just got separated like that. So in an instance like that, they just got separated. Everybody just moved on, and the other party just decide to go and remarry. What's the legal implications of that?
Now
without getting a divorce.
Yes. Now, earlier on we talked about the types of marriage we have, the types of marriages we have in Nigeria. Now, when you talk about the customary marriage, if there's a judicial separation, whereby a party leaves the house, he or she is at liberty to remarry. Under the customary marriage.
Without going to court.
Without going, yes. Because once there's a move out in the customary marriage, once there's a move out from the matrimonial home, return back to the parents, and there's a return of bride price, you don't even need the customary court to dissolve such marriages.
Okay.
There are some regions in Nigeria, they don't even need the customary court. Once the man takes your pot, your utensils out of your kitchen, outside.
Wow.
That's the end
of the marriage.
Do you know why? Because the customary marriage encourages polygamy.
Because actually, I know of this Islamic one. I know that one. Maybe the man can say, "I divorce you 3 times. I divorce you 3 times," and that's the end of the divorce.
Exactly.
Wow.
Then it also applies in the customary marriages, but it depends on where it was celebrated, the states and the region. So some people, they will tell you, return my daughter. Once you return the daughter back to the family house, that's the father's house, that means you've divorced her. You've returned. When we mean returning, it's not just her, with her belongings.
With her belongings, okay.
You've actually conducted a divorce.
Oh, okay.
Yes, under the customary. So in such situation, the bride price should be returned as well as you're doing that. She can remarry. She's at liberty to remarry.
Okay.
The man is also at liberty to remarry. But under the Marriage Act, no party is at liberty to remarry, simply because of the criminal implication of your actions, which is called bigamy.
Oh, wow, interesting. So even though they are separated,
even though they're separated,
have the
whether
liberty to-
formally or by court, they don't have that liberty to remarry. And if they go ahead and get remarried and they are not caught up by the criminal law, the next marriage is void.
Wow. Okay. Yeah.
Yes, the next marriage is void. So you see the trend now. People will just say, I don't love her again. She has gone her separate way, and I went my own separate way. And now
I've moved on.
I've
I've
moved
gone
on.
to marry.
There's nothing like moving on in marriage act.
You must conduct that
You
divorce.
must conduct that divorce.
Wow.
If not, you actually put in either your life. I'm not referring to you, but
I understand. I understand.
so it's either you're putting your spouse, that's the new one, in danger, or you're putting yours. Because once the
Absolutely,
lady reports such criminal activity to the police, you're guilty of bigamy.
Oh.
If proved beyond reasonable doubt.
Wow. Wow. Interesting. Thank you. So that leads us into the next question. So, when it comes to customary marriage, how is divorce handled under that system? You've already explained the one under the Act. We go to the court. So, under customary marriage, how is divorce handled under the system, and who has the authority, and what customs or legal procedures must be followed in actually going about divorcing customary marriage?
Thank you. So, customary marriage is basically the parents, the native.
Okay.
It's basically her kindred, the man's family, and the female, that's the woman's family. So when you're talking about divorce, in customary related matters, you first of all refer any dispute to the family.
Like to report,
report the woman. You see, yes, you see what happened. They'll see what daddy did.
But they will now intervene. Like,
if they now intervene,
okay,
and it doesn't work out, parties will come together and break the marriage. Sometimes parties don't intervene, and most times in customary marriage, is the woman bears most of the bronze. Do you understand? The woman is the one crying out.
Yeah.
She's the one that will run to the husband's family and say, see what he has done to me. Oh. Do you understand? When he goes there and nobody prevails, she comes back to her own family.
Okay.
That's what the law says. But in reality, what women do is they will first of all go to their family.
Okay.
Their own family, where they find closure. They go there and report their husband before going to the husband's family. Yes.
Okay.
If you see so many cases where there's a dispute between husband and wife, the first place the wife under the customary law should go to is her husband's family.
Oh, okay. Not even her own family.
Not her family, because she has been married out of her father's house.
Okay.
It's assumed that her place there has been closed.
So her place now is with
the new... And this aspect, I'm talking about the Igbo native law and custom. For the Yorubas, they still have their place.
Yeah.
The Yorubas say they don't sell their kids.
Yes.
Do you understand?
Of course.
They say your place is always there.
Yes.
So for the Yorubas, they can still come back to their family
house,
and report. Yes, and come back to their family to report.
If anything happens.
Yes. But when you talk about customs in Igbo, once you get to your father's house, it's their duty to chase you back to your husband's house. Yes. Go and report to the people that married you first. If they don't prevail, then you can now come back. If they refer you back to us, you can come back.
Wow.
Yes. But for the Yorubas, once that occurs, even her family takes her back first. Give her that shield before now going to proceed to prevail in the matter
and see maybe both families will now come together. Let's see what happens.
Exactly.
Wow.
Now, also, there's something we need to know in situations of cordial relationship, cordial affairs.
Okay.
A man sees a woman and says, I'm going to marry you. Before you know it, the lady becomes pregnant.
Okay.
In such situations, what happens? If that man should abandon that lady, do you understand? Probably he has paid bride price.
Okay.
But maybe one thing or the other, he leaves the lady. He deserts the lady.
Oh, okay.
Do you understand?
Yes.
When it's time to discuss on issues of child custody. The man has to pay the maintenance of that lady during pregnancy and when she was nursing.
Oh, so they'll have to calculate all the expenses, everything she's just doing.
Yes.
Those times that he absconded, he has to still make
pay,
payment for all of them. Oh, wow.
So the only good thing about this customary marriage is when the man needs the child.
Okay.
Are you getting it? When the man is in need of the child and comes back for his child, you can use that as a bait to take all you have spent on your daughter while he deserted her.
Wow. Oh.
Aside from that, there's no maintenance.
Nothing.
There's nothing. There's nothing in the customary marriage.
Unlike marriage under the Act that actually
yes.
specifies all these things.
Exactly.
Wow, that's interesting. Wow, we've seen so many people, especially women, they're scared of the stigma or complications that come with divorce and all. Then, from experience, what advice can you give to couples facing marital difficulties? Like, when should they seek legal counsel or mediation?
Yeah, that's a very challenging situation.
Okay.
And it calls for concern. Now, when the marriage goes violent, consistent violence, it's time you call it legal counsel to prevail. Once it's abusive, once it derails the other party mentally, it is time to call or seek for legal advice.
Wow.
Aside that, I don't think
okay, when the marriage begins to affect your mental health.
When it begins to affect your mental health.
Because we've seen different types of abuse, even emotional abuse. Like before, I used to feel, okay, it's only when...
There's also sexual abuse.
Wow, yeah.
There's also
just like you're just saying. I used to feel before, it's only when they're violent and all that. So I just realized there's so many.
There's so many. But the violent one is the most important.
Yes, that's what everybody will always see. Domestic violence.
Yes, domestic violence. You remember that this domestic, it comes in two ways. The woman can be more stronger than the man also.
Yes.
There's some women that beat up their husbands.
Of course, it's not only men that does it.
Not only men, but the prevailing number is on the men.
Yes.
Do you understand?
Exactly.
But once it's violent, once there's a hit, there's a blow, there's, physical injury, you don't wait for it to become grievous. You don't wait for it to become deadly. You'd seek legal advice. Yes.
Thank you very much for that one. So the next question I'll be going on is how important is it for intending couples to understand the type of marriage they are entering into and the legal consequences that comes with it?
Thank you. Now I want us to be more liberal in our discussion.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Okay.
I had an experience once where a lady got married to I'm withholding their names. A lady got married to a man, not knowing that in the man's family, that's where he comes from, they don't celebrate Christian marriage. That's the marriage under the Act.
Oh,
you know that there's the marriage under the Act it's in two ways.
Yeah, some do church weddings, some do courts.
Thank you. Some do church weddings, some do courts.
Yes.
Now, when we talk about church wedding, there are licensed place of marriage.
Yes.
Do you understand? So if you go to one one church that is unlicensed, what you get is just a letter-headed marriage certificate. Do you understand?
Yes, okay.
Which, if you present it in court,
it's not acceptable.
Cannot be acceptable. It's not admissible.
It's not admissible.
So let's use the legal word. It's not admissible in law.
Court. Yes.
As a marriage certificate.
Yes.
So this Ministry of Interior has actually licensed some places of worship to celebrate marriages.
Yes.
So once they do the church marriage, they're also given the certificate that is in the specimen of a Form E.
Oh, okay.
Do you understand? There's a specimen of a Form E.
Which they give at the court registry.
Yes, which they give at the court registry. Okay. The long certificate like this, that is rectangle. Exactly. So
Okay.
there's some licensed place of worship that once you celebrate marriages there, you get that too.
Okay.
Even though they might give you the litter-headed one, they also give you that.
That one,
And
okay.
drop a copy at the registry.
Okay, yes.
So if, for instance, back to the question you asked, if, for instance, they intend to do such marriages, I would advise both parties to ensure that the place of marriage, as in the person or the licensed, the place of the celebration of the marriage must be licensed.
Licensed. Okay.
Must be licensed.
The duty is on them to find out and confirm.
Yes, to confirm.
That, okay, this is really actually licensed.
Exactly.
Not that they are just having the marriage certificate that is not admissible in court.
Yes.
Okay.
Do you understand? Some people are actually stuck in marriages because of that.
Oh.
Yeah, some people are stuck in marriage because of that. By the time you present that, the marriage letter-headed paper, and your lawyer tells you that this is not admissible in law, what do? Now you go back to your family like, this man, I don't want to marry him again. And they say, we are not collecting your bride price, better go back there.
Ha.
Do you understand? So you don't have any choice than to remain in such marriages.
Wow.
Yes.
That's true. So, and the person cannot decide to go to court?
When you go to court, how do you go to court on a battle that is lost before filing?
Because, okay, I think that's where the court are probably going to magistrate court.
No, the magistrate court has no jurisdiction for marriage celebration.
Oh.
For dissolution of marriage, no.
Oh,
They
okay. So
don't.
that means the person
What they
is
just listen to is appeal from the customary court.
Wow.
Which is neither here nor there.
So the person is stuck. There's no way to actually be legally out of that marriage. Wow.
But sometimes they go to this customary court and still get a way out.
Oh, okay.
Yes, they go to the customary court. Yes.
And because that is
Yes, they go
terrible.
to customary court and get a divorce, a dissolution of marriage. But now when you want to talk about customary court, we also have to look at what it entails. You can't get married, let me say, in Delta State, a customary court there, now come to a customary court in Lagos to dissolve the marriage. Although it happens, in reality it happens.
Oh, okay.
Yes, if parties reside in Lagos, they can actually go to a customary court in Lagos and dissolve that marriage. But is it binding? The decision of the customary court, is it that binding?
Wow.
That's what we should ask. If it's challenged in a magistrate court, won't it be upturned?
Because I feel so far what I used to feel is like they can actually do it so far that both couples are resident in a particular
Yes, they are residents here, but do they know the customs?
Okay, and Lagos State, they have their own customary law that is different from the customary.
Lagos State has their own customary law that is quite different from wherever you celebrated it. But people are still doing it. It's fine. You know that when there's a court order and nobody challenges it, it becomes binding.
But I see the legal basis where it can actually be upturned, even though people do it.
Even though people do it.
Oh, okay.
So if the customary judgment says you are to appeal it within so period, because that's what most of them do now.
Okay.
They say they give a time frame in the judgment for you to challenge it or appeal it.
Wow.
So if you don't appeal it, it becomes binding.
Wow.
Are you understanding me?
So
the law is broad, so you get away with a lot of things.
A lot of things.
But the issue now is a marriage celebrated in Delta State. Who knows their customs? Do you understand? Under the native law of Delta State. And because parties now resides in Lagos, a customary court in Lagos, can he validly dissolve it? Yes, he can. But if it's challenged, it can be upturned.
So the ideal thing is for couples to actually go to a place that they actually conducted the customary marriage.
Which is still their family, their kindred.
Wow. Okay.
Do you understand it now?
Now I get it.
Which is still their kindred, their family that will still come back, put a round table, discuss on how they should go, return bride price, and that's all.
Wow, that's interesting.
Yes.
Wow. So finally, if we were to give one piece of advice to the younger generation about building legally and emotionally sound marriages, what would that be?
Nike, you're putting me on the spot.
That is interesting. That's why we're here. That's why we're here.
Okay. First, I would advise them that you see, this marriage is not a bed of roses. That's number one.
Yeah.
It's built on trust,
Yes.
built on accountability, and mutual respect
Yes.
for yourselves. Every other thing is secondary for me. This is my own opinion.
Okay.
Build on trust, accountability. Accountability makes each spouse be honest to the other party. Accountability makes the other spouse do things that are wise. You know, there are some decisions that are wise and avoid stupid decisions.
Wow.
Accountability makes the lady to be submissive too. Now, submissive is relative. Submissive is relative. Before they say I'm a feminist or I'm here to defend the man, the men, the male-related gender. The thing is, your marriage cannot be like the other person's marriage.
Of course.
You will need to learn your spouse. You know, the pressure of the society makes women, maybe by age, family, the financial implication.
Yes.
You're tired of, taking care of yourself. You now need a man to take care of yourself. These factors, a lot of calculations. You know, when you go into marriage with calculations, if those calculations are not met, there's a huge challenge. But when we look at it, let's look at it from the legal aspect.
Okay.
Under the law, there are certain duties a husband owes the wife.
Okay.
In the customary marriage, under the customary marriage, the husband owes the wife maintenance while she's still married to him.
Okay. Okay.
Do you understand me? But once she leaves his house, he cannot maintain her anymore. The new marriage should maintain her.
Okay.
Or the new spouse should maintain her.
Okay. Well.
Then under the Marriage Act, both the wife and the children are secured. They should be maintained.
Yes, I know there is provision for that under the Act.
Under the Act. They should be maintained. If you desert them, you also have to maintain them. It's their right. So, but the good thing now is that I think each state now has this child's right law.
Yes. Oh, thank you so much. This has really been a very enlightening discussion. Thank you so much for sharing your insight and experience with such clarity and compassion. So to our listeners, before you enter that union, ensure that you do your research properly before you enter that marriage. And also, remember, love is beautiful, but understanding the law that governs your union is equally important. Whether you're single, engaged, or already married, knowledge is your best protection. Just like everything we've discussed here, everything can be researched. So before you go into that union, do your due diligence and do your research. This has been Bar Unleashed with me, Orishanike Arogundade, your host and companion in the journey of legal awareness. Till the next episode, stay informed, stay empowered. Orishanike signing out.